NCERT Class 7 Science Chapter Heat. A reliable measure of the hotness of an object is its temperature. Temperature is measured by a device called thermometer. Measuring temperature. The thermometer that measures our body temperature is called a clinical thermometer. A clinical thermometer consists of a long, narrow, uniform glass tube. It has a bulb at the one end. The bulb contains mercury. Outside the bulb, a small shining thread of mercury can be seen. A scale on the thermometer. The scale we use is the Celsius scale, indicated by degree C. A clinical thermometer reads temperature from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. The normal temperature of human body is 37 degrees Celsius. The temperature of every person may not be 37 degrees Celsius. It would be slightly higher or slightly lower. Actually, we call normal temperature is the average body temperature of a large number of healthy persons. The clinical thermometer is designed to measure the temperature of human body only. The temperature of human body normally does not go below 35 degrees Celsius or above 42 degrees Celsius. That is the reason that this thermometer has the range 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Laboratory thermometer. How do we measure the temperature of other objects? For this purpose, there are other thermometers. One such thermometer is known as a laboratory thermometer. The range of a laboratory thermometer is generally from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. The mercury not fall or rise in a clinical thermometer. A king near the bulb is present in a clinical thermometer. It prevents mercury level from falling on its own. There is a lot of concern over the use of mercury in thermometers. Mercury is a toxic substance and is very difficult to dispose of if a thermometer breaks. These days, digital thermometers are available which do not use mercury. Transfer of heat. The process by which heat is transferred from the hotter end to the colder end of an object is known as conduction. The materials which allow heat to pass through them easily are conductors of heat. For example, aluminium, iron and copper. The materials which do not allow heat to pass through them easily or poor conductors of heat such as plastic and wood. Poor conductors are known as insulators. The water and air are poor conductors of heat. When water is heated, the water near the flame gets hot. Hot water rises up. The cold water from the sides moves down towards the source of heat. This water also gets hot and rises, and water from the sides move down. This process continues till the whole water gets heated. This mode of heat transfer is known as convection. The people living in the coastal areas experience an interesting phenomenon. During the day, the land gets heated faster than the water. The air over the land becomes hotter and rises up. The cooler air from the sea rushes in towards the land to take its place. The warm air from the land moves towards the sea to complete the cycle. The air from the sea is called the sea breeze. To receive the cooler sea breeze, the windows of the house in coastal areas are made to face the sea. At night, it's exactly the reverse. The water cools down more slowly than the land, so the cool air from the land moves towards the sea. This is called land breeze. The transfer of heat by radiation does not require any medium. It can take place whether a medium is present or not. Radiation is also a type of transfer of heat. When we sit in front of a room heater, we get heat by this process. A hot vessel kept away from the flame cools down as it transfers heat to the surrounding by radiation. Our body too gives heat to the surrounding and receives heat from it by radiation. All hot bodies radiate heat. When this heat falls on some object, a part of it is reflected, a part is absorbed, and a part may be transmitted. The temperature of the object increases due to the absorbed part of the heat. Kinds of clothes we wear in summer and winter. In summer, we prefer light color clothes, and in winter, we prefer dark color clothes. Dark surfaces absorb more heat and therefore we feel comfortable with dark colored clothes in the winter. Light colored clothes reflect most of the heat that falls on them and therefore we feel more comfortable wearing them in the summer. In the winter, we use woolen clothes. Wool is a poor conductor of heat. Moreover, there is air trapped in between the wool fibers. This air prevents the flow of heat from our body to the cold surroundings, so we feel warm. The key points of this chapter are: our sense of touch is not always a reliable guide to the degree of hardness of an object. Temperature is a measure of the degree of hardness of an object. Thermometer is a device used to measuring temperature. Clinical thermometer is used to measure our body temperature. The range of this thermometer is from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. For other purpose, we use the laboratory thermometers. The range of these thermometers is usually from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. The normal temperature of the human body is 37 degrees Celsius. The heat flows from a body at the higher temperature to a body at the lower temperature. There are three ways in which heat can flow from one object to another. These are conduction, convection, and radiation. In solids, generally, the heat is transferred by conduction. In liquids and gases, the heat is transferred by convection. No medium is required for transfer of heat by radiation. The materials which allow heat to pass through them easily are conductors of heat. The materials which do not allow heat to pass through them easily are called insulators. Dark colored clothes absorb more heat than the light colored clothes. That is the reason we feel more comfortable in light colored clothes in the summer. Woolen clothes keep us warm during winter. It is so because wool is a poor conductor of heat and it has air trapped in between the fibers.